Welcome to today's session. I'm Dr. Alia Jabbar Al-Maliki from the School of Computing at University Utara, Malaysia, and today we are unpacking the technical architectures of VPNs and proxies to understand exactly how they differ. It is easy to assume these tools are interchangeable. Both can hide your IP address and make it look like you're connecting from a completely different location. But treating them as identical solutions is a significant security vulnerability. To put it in perspective, selecting the wrong network tool for sensitive data is like choosing to write your banking details on the back of an open postcard instead of locking them safely inside an armored truck. The structural differences between the two dictate the actual safety of your data, the level of privacy you maintain, and what you can effectively achieve online. Their functions overlap in one area. Both act as a middleman. Your request goes to a remote server first, which passes it to the destination. Because of this hop, the website logs the server's IP instead of yours, successfully masking your true origin. While masking your location is a shared trait, the true value of these technologies lies in their scope and the security protocols they enforce. That is where the similarities completely end. Let's examine the application layer architecture of a proxy server. Think of it as a specialized gateway. It sits strictly between your computer and one single application, like a web browser. Your browser sends requests directly to the proxy. The proxy forwards those requests out to the internet, receives the response from the web server, and hands the data back to your browser. The severe limitation here is that proxies operate on an app-by-app basis. While your browser traffic routes through the gateway, your email client, gaming launcher, and background updates bypass it entirely, exposing your true IP address directly to the internet. There are a few specific types you will encounter. HTTP proxies handle only web traffic. They are useful for bypassing a simple regional content block, but they add zero extra encryption beyond whatever standard HTTPS the website already provides. SOC 5 proxies are more flexible. They can process non-web data, like torrents and gaming packets, and they prioritize speed. However, just like HTTP proxies, they lack default encryption. The data travels in the open. Finally, transparent proxies are involuntary gateways. You don't choose to use them. Network administrators at schools or public Wi-Fi hotspots force your traffic through them to filter content and monitor your browsing activity. Proxies are intentionally lightweight, unencrypted routing tools. They are suitable for highly specific tasks, but they leave dangerous gaps in your digital armor when handling sensitive data transmission. Now compare that to a virtual private network. A VPN is a system-level security tool. Instead of targeting one single application, it captures your entire operating system inside a secure tunnel. The core function of this tunnel is encryption. Before a single packet of data leaves your physical device, the VPN software scrambles it into unreadable code. Your emails, web searches, and game data all become ciphertext. That scrambled data travels through the secure tunnel to a remote VPN server. Only there is it decrypted back into its original state before being forwarded to its final destination on the internet. By encrypting everything before it leaves the device, the VPN creates a layer of isolation. Local eavesdroppers, or ISPs, only see a stream of encrypted packets, hiding both the content of your data and its final destination. Unlike the manual, leaky, app-by-app configuration required for proxies, a VPN provides automated, device-wide protection without you having to set up individual software configurations. To accomplish this, VPNs rely on tunneling protocols like OpenVPN, IKv2, and WireGuard. Modern options like WireGuard are highly optimized to minimize the natural speed drop that comes with encrypting data. It is the integration of heavy-duty standards like AES 256 encryption that elevates a VPN from a simple routing trick into a robust cryptographic system. A VPN operates as a comprehensive security shield, specifically designed to close the inherent vulnerabilities and data leaks left wide open by standard proxies. We can evaluate both tools side by side across 4 specific computing metrics: security, privacy, scope, and speed. In security and encryption, the VPN is the clear winner. It builds in AES 256 security by default, whereas a proxy offers zero innate encryption to protect your data in transit. For privacy and anonymity, trustworthy VPNs enforce strict no-logs policies and blind your ISP to your activities. Many free proxies, conversely, are designed specifically to log and sell your user data. The VPN wins again. Looking at the scope of protection, a VPN secures the entire operating system, leaving no gaps. A proxy only covers the specific application it is configured for, allowing your other apps to leak your true IP address. Historically, unencrypted proxies had a distinct speed advantage, but modern VPNs utilizing the WireGuard protocol have closed that gap, providing highly reliable speeds that match or exceed overloaded free proxy servers. When evaluated against the requirements of data integrity and system-wide coverage, the VPN's integrated encryption and OS-level reach provide a more robust security architecture than a standard proxy. These architectural realities help dismantle several dangerous misconceptions. The first is that a proxy is just a free VPN. As we've seen, it lacks both encryption and device-wide protection, making it an entirely different, far less secure tool. Second is the idea that VPNs make you 100% invisible online. The VPN provider still sees your originating IP, and browser cookies still track your behavior. Total invisibility requires much more than just a network tunnel. Third, hiding your IP address does not equal security. Because proxy data is unencrypted, the actual contents of your web traffic travel completely exposed to anyone monitoring the connection. Fourth, the notion that VPNs destroy internet speeds is an outdated relic. Modern server infrastructure easily supports 4K streaming and can actually improve performance if your ISP is intentionally throttling your bandwidth. Finally, free privacy tools are rarely safe. Server infrastructure costs money. If you aren't paying for the service, you are the product. Many free proxies extract value by tracking your metrics, selling data to advertisers, or injecting malware into browsers. Operating under these misconceptions creates a false sense of digital security. Relying on a compromised tool can be far more dangerous than operating with no security at all. Let's apply these architectures to real-world scenarios. If you are connecting to public Wi-Fi at a cafe or airport, a VPN is mandatory for encrypting data against hackers. A proxy offers zero defensive capability here. If your goal is streaming and bypassing geo-restrictions, a VPN's massive server network and encrypted traffic make it vastly more reliable for beating IP blocks than a proxy, which streaming platforms easily detect and blacklist. For gaming, a VPN successfully hides your IP from targeted DDoS attacks. A proxy is only viable in extreme niche situations where shaving off a fraction of a millisecond of latency is the only requirement, and security is entirely irrelevant. For remote work, VPNs are the strict industry standard for securing confidential corporate data. Attempting to access sensitive corporate networks through a proxy is a massive security violation. There is one scenario where proxies win: automated web scraping. Researchers and developers must rotate through thousands of different IP addresses to avoid getting blocked when extracting large datasets. A VPN cannot perform this rapid, large-scale IP rotation. Selecting a tool is not about personal preference. It must be dictated entirely by the specific architectural requirements and threat models of the task you are trying to execute. Ultimately, the distinction comes down to this. A proxy is a simple app-level tool for basic IP masking, while a VPN is a complete system-level encryption solution. For everyday users on public Wi-Fi, streamers traveling abroad, gamers avoiding DDoS attacks, and remote workers accessing company servers, the VPN is the definitive default choice. The singular exception is for power users, developers, and researchers conducting high-volume web scraping. In that highly specific instance, a proxy service is the correct specialized tool. Because they lack foundational encryption, proxies are simply too risky for any task involving personal or sensitive information. If this lecture helped clarify these complex networking concepts for you, please hit the like button. It supports this educational initiative. Be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming academic tech explainers. Let me know in the comments below if you rely on a VPN for daily security or if you have a specialized use case for a proxy network. Thank you for joining the session, and stay safe online.